Welcome back. It's been a while since I've come to talk to you about this painting, Guadalupe Consoling Mother Earth, that I've been working on. Got sidetracked for a while. Those of you who watch my Etsy sites know that I've been listing hats like crazy. We'll probably have almost 100 up by the time I'm done. And anyway, I'm very happy to be back to doing some painting today. Sitting here looking at my color chart, trying to figure out what kind of colors I'm going to be using in the aura around Guadalupe and for the sky and so forth. I'm also pondering whether it would be a good idea to put just a blue sky or to have it integrated with my night sky. Those of you who have watched these films before know that I have this fascination with the night sky and tend to put it in one place or another in all of my paintings. Since I talked to you last, I did this lower part here using AMMA as the model for this portrayal of Mother Earth. And for those of you who live in the surrounding area or the United States even, because people come from all over, AMMA is going to be coming back here in about a week. So I was thinking it'd be really lovely to work on this painting again in preparation for seeing her over the next weekend. And I took a photograph of her in deep meditation and used that as, again, as for the image that's meditating here. This I'm using to portray Mother Earth with her robes coming down and becoming one with the earth. And I think I put in this little angel. I wouldn't necessarily have put that in, but that's very much a part of the traditional Guadalupe iconography. So I did my best to put this little rainbow angel figure here supporting her, as well as the black crescent moon, which to me looks very much like a bull's horn. For those of you who know goddess lore, that's very appropriate since, I don't know, for me personally, and I know a lot of people, we deeply associate Guadalupe, the Virgin of Guadalupe, with the ancient Earth Mother, ancient goddesses of the Americas. And she certainly is considered that way now. So, I guess that's about all I have to say at this point. I will be doing a painting demonstration for a couple of the techniques that I use at the end of this particular video. And coming right after this introduction, we'll be having a few slides of the painting process and painting in process since I last talked with you. So I'm hoping that I'll get this painting finished. Looking at it, I don't think it's going to get done today, but probably the last video that we'll be doing in maybe a week or so will have the finished painting in it. So thank you for following this. I've really enjoyed sharing it with you, and that's all for today. Thank you. Or all for the moment. Back again with a painting demonstration. And what I decided to do for this half of the sky was to do a night element, and instead of using black like I often do, I'm going to use ultramarine blue, which is the color between dawn or sunset and the night sky, it turns a beautiful rich blue. And I'm also going to use some ultramarine violet to use so that I can have a background to put stars in. So I'm going to show you how to do the wash with the ultramarine blue. And then I'm going to use salt, a little sprinkle of salt, which you can see, you might be able to see that already on this other one it's forming a pattern wherever the salt was. It makes kind of a star-like pattern that's really lovely, like a galaxy or something. So I'm using a synthetic sable aquarelle brush and a Series 7 sable brush. And here we go. First of all, I'm going to take some water, and with this brush, which is really wonderful because it holds a really sharp edge. So when you're trying to do something like make these rays of night sky, that it'll hold the nice sharp edge. Many times people ask me, how on earth do you get a sharp edge? And part of it is steady handing using brushes like this. The other part is you have to let the area dry, like this one's drying. Once that's totally dry, it'll hold that edge, that sharp edge. So it's really pretty easy. So now I'm going to mix some, with the sable brush, I'm going to mix some water with this rich ultramarine blue. And because it's, for one thing, because the paper is tilted like this, I'm starting on this side, but also this is the area that's going to be the darker color on the outside of the ray. And I'm gonna you'll see that I'll be blending that upper area there with more water to lighten it up here eventually. One thing's for sure, you don't want to have any caffeine before you do this, something like this, because you don't want your hand to shake at all. It's one of the issues with aging, too. You have to worry about your hand shaking. Not quite as steady as it used to be, which is a problem with this. It's even more of a problem for me when I'm doing Tonka painting, where I have to do a lot of detail. Okay, so now I've got a fairly even wash. And now I'm going to start feeding the darker blue into this area so that this outer area will be darker towards the outside and have a graduated color towards the painting, or the interior of the painting. And just keep feeding it until it gets to be as dark as I want it to be. Kind of blend it in. I'm going to start adding more water up here. Lighten this up a little bit. And then I take some water off my brush, and that will help me pick up some of the color, lighten it even further. And because of gravity and the angle of my table here, it tends to bring it even further into this. And now I'm going to come in here and see if I can't get this edge a little sharper. Okay, and then now I'm going to take some plain old Morton's table salts and I'm going to sprinkle a little bit on here to get that star pattern effect. And you can see how it's drying up here. And then for the in-between light rays, I'm going to use ultramarine violet. So this is going to be the night side, and then this is going to be like the sunrise side. So I'm going to be using softer, more pastel sunrise colors to make those rays. Have a little bit of a diamond pattern here that's going to allow the yellow from her aura to extend into the sun rays a little bit. And that's where I'm going. And so the next video session that we do will be the last one. I'm sure at that point that I'll be closing in on being done. And I hope you'll join me one more time for this painting. Thank you.